So we have people in the room. We're going to start, and we are recording this meeting. We'll get started then. So before we start, we show this guidelines slide. So we also have a feedback QR code at the end of the slideshow. So if you have a smartphone, you can just point at it and get the website to fill out the survey. The survey is also on our library website. And so without further ado, thank you. Welcome to our holiday tech buying guide presentation. I'm Walter Lesh, and with me today are other staff from the same department, Terry, Angeline, and Chris Ginley. And we are going to take turns presenting. So we're going to present things that we looked up and researched, typically in ascending order of price. We sort of tried to make it 3 ranges: gifts under $100, gifts somewhere between $100 and $500, and then above $500, all the way to absurdity. And so I'll start going through the slides. So here's our title slide for what we're doing today. And then here's a first gift. This is something called Peeps. It uses a 2-step process to clean glasses. In the container in which the brush slides in is a brush. Actually, no, it's at the opposite end of the pinchers thing. And so here, a brush comes out and you brush your glasses off first, and then you use the pinchers to clean both sides of the lens at once. The company says that they have the military and other big groups as customers, and they have a kind of cleaning process that I think it uses a static charge. The graphics of showing the pinchers going back into the device looked all sparky. So I'm assuming they make it somehow static charged so that it pulls the dust off the lenses. They are cheaper in quantity. One costs $20, 3 for $40, 5 for $60, up to $10 a piece if you buy 10 at a time. So it is a glass cleaning system. And I looked around, and it looks like each one would last for about 500 cleanings before it lost its oomph. For the person who has everything, this is a rather inexpensive gift from a website I found called Kickerland, Kikker land.com. And this is a motorized, solar-powered sun catcher that makes the prism move around, and then you can see the effects of the refracted light around the room, right? So it's a sun catcher that has a little solar powered motor that makes it move around. And I loved the description. It says humans love the beautiful disco effect, but it makes an even better gift for cats who will delight in chasing the little moving rainbows for hours. And I think that was about $40. They have a really neat website. If there's a website I'd recommend, it's probably that one. One of my favorite things there were the little music boxes that they had. They're little crank music boxes, that you could mount in something. And here's one that plays Led Zeppelin's "Stairway to Heaven." So they had all kinds of other rock songs and different things that they could do. Yeah, it's Kickerland. Here, I can go there actually. It's called Kickerland. Kikkerland. Okay. This isn't really a high-tech gift, but it would make gifts that are from high-tech materials. So these are silicone bibs and food bowls made by a company called, where did it go? Modern Twist. and they make all sorts of items from this material. I learned a little bit about silicone material by researching this. Partly why it's used is it withstands extremes of temperature. So silicone can go in the freezer, can go in the, you can grab things with a hot pad made from it. It is naturally food safe because it's not porous like other things. And so it doesn't allow things into it that would stay there. So it's a non-toxic silicone, and it's really becoming an important product in the particularly in bakeware and kitchen utensils. Yeah, so they have all kinds of things, but I like the picture of the little kids eating and the colorful bibs with things on them. Oh, that would be under 100, right, to buy things for in that manner. So I sort of developed a fascination with drinkware as I was researching this for this. These are made by a company called Lark, L-A-R-Q. They're water vessels with some pretty high-tech caps. All right, so that one called Monaco Blue, that uses a cap which uses UV light to kill odors and tastes in the bottle. So they say, your water bottle gets stinky over time. I don't know why that would be, but this uses a UV cleaning process, ultraviolet light to clean it. UVC, like remember phone soap, the box that you would put your phone in and it would turn on a UV light to clean the germs off your phone. This does it with the water or the liquid and the bottle itself. The middle one called Lark Obsidian Black is a filtering system. So that cap has a filter that it makes use of to filter whatever you drink. And they took pains to say that the caps are interchangeable. So you could have one bottle that you first clean the water and then put the other cap on to filter it. And then they make a pitcher that you could put in the fridge that uses the filtering UV and filtering system too. The filters are probably more expensive than the device. So over time, that's where you're probably going to spend the money. The bottle on the bottle on the left, the Monaco Blue, is about $100 at Williams-Sonoma. And that filtration stuff removes chlorine, lead, metals, mercury, all kinds of particles. And the Pure Viz, the filtered things filter out all those things, and the bottle Pure Viz uses the UVC technology to kill germs. One filter is $20 and lasts 2 months or 40 gallons. So you spend more for the filters over a year than the bottle itself. The pitcher is $140 on sale. The filter bottle is $50 for a 17-ounce bottle and $60 for 25. And the Pure Viz bottles then would be $100 and $120. So now we're getting up in price. So here's some more drinkware things, this time for coffee. There are 3 different companies. One is called Ember, that's the red cup. And you notice on 2 of these, we can see the temperature. Right, so here's the 135 degrees on the red cup, and then 125 on the middle one by a company called Muggo. Guess how much these are? How much do you think the red cup costs? Nope, not anymore. Yeah, more. The red cup is $200. I was rather dismayed to find out that you really can't get the bottom of it wet. So you have to, because that's the base that you would stick it on to keep, to do things, to recharge it. So the base can't get wet and you have to be very careful cleaning it. The Muggo cup was about $130. And then the cup from Thermo Joe was about $140. So these are some very expensive coffee cups. Yeah, I'm not sure how that one, it looks like it might even detach, maybe, hopefully for cleaning purposes, but yeah. Well, I have spilled wine onto a keyboard and then found out that most keyboards have a plastic layer all the way across it. And there's no key anymore that, you used to be able to remove a key and replace it, but hopefully laptops are like that too. That's the first thing I did when I spilled stuff on the keyboard. Yeah, you just turn it over right away and then you grab the screwdriver and you start trying to take it apart. Okay, so those are some very expensive coffee cups, but they will keep the coffee at the temperature that you desire. And you could use my coffee is still hot because I use my smartphone to tell the cup to keep it at the temperature I like. So you could have an app that raises or lowers your coffee temperature. I thought this was a very interesting device. The price seems to vary widely. It's a portable fire pit by a company called BioLight. And the gist of it is that you can burn whatever fuel. You could use wood fire or charcoal, and you can use an app to control the amount of air that it's injecting around the fire. So the whole idea of this is that it has an adjustable fan to give more or less oxygen to the fire. So you could burn things more efficiently and quickly. It was a neat concept. The reviews were a little mixed, but it was smokeless because you can add, you can adjust the air going to it. I'm not sure how that means it's going to be smokeless. If you put wet wood in there, I would think that it would smoke no matter how much air you're trying to give it. But it was something that easily portable, and you could enjoy the flames. You basically can adjust the flames also by giving it more or less air. That was the prices I saw, like I said, varied a little bit, anywhere from $215 to $300. Yeah, and the company, I believe, is, the name of it is BioLight Fire Pit. Moleskine is a very popular company for sketchbooks and artist books, drawing books, lined paper journals, and they have created a smart writing system. So you buy these special sketchbooks, they have a silver mesh, I think, in the pages, and it allows the drawing in the sketchbook to be transferred to something like an iPad. So this is a writing and drawing kit in this smart notebook, they called it, the Moleskine Smart Writing Set. And that's available from moleskine.com for about $280. And then, of course, you buy more of the sketchbooks. So I think it is a special writing instrument also. Yeah. But so you can have your drawings imported into your computer and then do further editing or make use of it in there. Neat concept. This is Bob. Bob is a countertop mini dishwasher. It's a dishwasher built for two. It's rather small. It is by a company called DAN-Tech, D-A-A-N, Dan.tech. And it's not available yet in the United States. I was kind of fascinated with it because it even has a water reservoir so that you could pour water into it and then use it. And then I don't know how you empty the water out, but you don't have to have it hooked up to the plumbing to make use of it. And it's pretty light. They had, people showing, carrying them around and doing stuff. But I'm guessing from what I could see from like the European pricing that this would probably be somewhere between $300 and $350 if and when it becomes available in the United States. So it's not yet available here, but I think it's an amazing concept. So they call it Bob. Bob, do the dishes. All right, into bigger, expensive things. These are two versions of virtual reality headsets and equipment made by a company called Oculus. The one on the right, or excuse me, the left is called the Meta Quest Pro. And the one on the right is another version, Meta Quest 2, that is about $400. Meta Quest Pro, the one on the left, is about $1,500. So it's pretty expensive stuff. Those two floating things on either side of the headset are the controllers. So you put your hands in those controllers. So this is for, yeah, go ahead. I really think that that's probably the first adopters would be people who are into stuff like that, virtual reality gaming. But as Facebook and other companies, Apple has been getting involved in building a virtual world, right? So if you have a virtual world, these things would enable you to interact with it. So like Second Life uses avatars, or 3D computer games use avatars. So you basically look at your character in that world, whereas this is going to immerse you in it, and your actions are going to be translated from physical to virtual actions in that world. Yeah, that's a good question. And I think a lot of it's still being developed. You have anything to add to that idea? Yeah, I think
the other day they looked like they were fencing.
Uh-huh.
I think you could probably like a Wii, perhaps.
Sure, like East. Yeah, yeah. Actually, the Wii is a kind of early system that would translate physical actions into virtual actions. Right. Right. Yeah. So, pretty expensive right now, but coming down, I think, in price now that they have different versions of it. Right. Get some real physical exercise. Right. Right.
Hoping out there, like astronomy or something like, not just like something more educational or more interesting than gaming.
Right.
So that's what I'm wondering. That was a couple of years ago. That's why I was wondering, like, are people developing more content?
Yeah, and I think Oculus has they have content, but you would buy into that system. What? Sure. I that's what I assume. It's been a long time since I've stuck one on my head. But they had different, you turned and looked to get to the particular content and held your gaze on that, and then it would activate that content. So yeah, there's stuff being made now for it. And my last slide, I believe, I think this is my next one here, is a TV. Of course, it's hard to show an image for a TV. So I just put the image that was on that TV on the website here. And this is a Samsung 146-inch TV. So that's 12 feet. And it goes up, I think they said, to 230, something like that. A TV wall, basically. Yeah, and it costs quite a bit of money. $500,000. Yeah, because you might as well, fill up the entire wall, right? Yeah. So that's exactly, and you have to sit in a different room and look through the doorway at it. Yeah. Yeah, so that's that's where I said going up to the order of absurdity. So I never knew they had a $500,000 television. Now I know, and some company was, they'll come out and install it for you.
With the warranty.
I don't know. Yeah, well, I'm assuming you would have high res, 4K, 12K services at that point. Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to our next person. Who's got the anchor? That's you, Perry. Okay.
Morning.
Going up in price here.
No,
So
we're,
he's going to start again. So we're kind of doing three climbs.
Right.
yeah. So this one is the least expensive one, called the Anchor Soundcore Portable Bluetooth Speaker. Excuse me, it's a very small form factor, about that big. Has USB recharging. Be good for road trips, barbecues, has a very astonishing sound to it. Bass boosting and so forth. The batteries in it will last up to 24 hours per recharge. Get the rest of my books here. It's like about this big. So it'd pretty much go anywhere. And with the Bluetooth technology that it uses, it'd be good up to 65 feet in any room. Or even you can take it on a trip with you. It's very lightweight. And it goes, most of my stuff is coming from Amazon, so I'm just going to give the price on these. This goes for $22.
That's cheap.
Yeah. Well, for being small, but it's very powerful.
I'm just surprised
With
at how
the-
inexpensive.
Yeah. With if you like bass sounds and so forth, very good.
I want one.
Yes.
I want one.
Okay. The next one is a Kelvin 17 Everyday Multi-Tool Kit. Has includes the most common everyday household tools, including a snap action screwdriver, opens at the push of a button, folds inside when closed. A screwdriver also has 90 degrees for extra torque, in case you want to go like that. It includes 13 hardened alloy bits, including torque screws, Allen key bits. It also has a convenient 3-foot or 1 meter measuring tape, and an integrated liquid level, which is what's at the top of the red part there, and an LED flashlight. This one is also from Amazon, going for $25. The next is a TileMate key tracker. So in case you in the habit of losing things, you can hook up one of these to it, like your keys and so forth. And you press a button on it, and it'll excuse me. You can put it on your keys, backpacks, purses. In case you lose them, you can use an app to tell you where it is. Like it makes a sound.
What do you with the word on this?
Yeah, well, there's two things for if it's like in the house, it's limited to however Bluetooth is working, so could be up to 20 feet or 50 feet. But it also has a feature for finding your phone, where you can press it, hold it, and it'll make the phone ring. But
So
if it's in the house, it's like a tracker.
What do you put on your phone?
There's also there's an app that you would use for that
On your phone.
on your phone.
Physically put something on the key.
Yeah, you would put that on there.
Oh, that.
And then you download the app to set up for what it is.
So if you had multiple items.
Mhm. Yes. It also has a notify when found, which is part of the app on your phone and lists secure and anonymous help from the tile network.
How big is
I'd say about well, it'd be a little bigger than your alarm for your keys. Probably like about a little bigger than this. So they wouldn't be too heavy. It's also compatible, if you want to get the app, it's compatible with your Android or your iPhones or iPads. Tile also works with Amazon, Alexis, Hey Google. And it'll also give you get a proactive smart alert, but that you have to pay for. I'm not sure what the price is, but it's a premium plan. But this also goes for $25 from Amazon. This is from a company called Solite, the outdoor solar powered light. Basically, it does not use batteries. It uses the sun to charge it. And it will give you up to 12 hours of use. It's also collapsible to about the size of your phone or even thinner than that. When you want to take it anywhere, put it in a bag or something. Yeah,
How much was that?
these are $31. Now, these prices, they're subject to change, so you could go later on to Amazon and it might be a different price. These are prices I got at the time that I created these. Excuse me. Next, we have a dome surveillance camera that works through your light sockets. It has a 355-degree rotation or a 90-degree vertical, I guess how it is right now, or you can even fold it to do the same thing. Has intelligent motion detection. So when the camera detects a moving object, it will send notifications to an app that you get off of your Android or iPhone. And then it also captures abnormal dynamic objects. It will sound an alarm. It has an easy installation, basically how you from changing a flashlight. I'm sorry, changing a light bulb.
Yeah, sometimes flashlights aren't that easy.
Yeah, especially the big ones here.
Yeah. That's really neat. They seem to be pushing these things a lot lately.
Yeah, and it's not just the way they look like these. They have them like cameras you usually see in your ceiling, but they also work through the light sockets. And I think these are popular in Europe and Asia. So I'm not sure how popular they are here yet.
All the packages being stolen off of workers would just catch somebody doing that.
Yeah,
Just record that. but
yeah,
you-
it records it. It records it to a SD card, and it also stores it on the cloud. So you have easy access to that. Sort of like with the Ring video. Ring doorbell.
Do you remember if it had like a base station or anything?
No, it doesn't.
Because I have security cameras that have a base station that hooks into the router. And it sends the information to that.
How much did you say that?
I didn't get the price yet. Where'd it go? Well, these are about $35.
That's all?
Yeah, you have to buy one for each socket.
Right.
So,
I'm still surprised it's that in it.
yeah, no, it's not that expensive.
Now, I've seen videos of people walking up and unscrewing things too.
Yeah,
You know, so they're like, oh, security camera, they just take it.
By then you got a picture.
yeah, it's stored on the cloud, so you would get access to that and see who took it.
So is there a light in that too then? I mean, if you're replacing that with a light bulb, I mean, you're replacing a light bulb with that.
I believe the light is built into this bottom area here. I'm
So
sorry?
it's direction.
Yeah, that is directional. Whether it has a light, I don't think it does. But if it did, it would be at the bottom there.
This is basically an outdoor application.
That's indoors too. The only drawback is it only works, on your Wi-Fi if you have 2.4 gigahertz. It won't work on the latest 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi.
I would suspect that most of those routers that have 5 gigahertz can also run 2.4.
Yeah,
Mine's auto switching, but I got a security camera that required 2.4, and I basically had to separate the two networks manually so now I have to choose rather than letting it choose how to run that device.
Yeah.
So I had to split them apart. Same router, but two different networks.
yeah, even like when you're setting up on your internet on your computer and so forth, those now have the like 2.0 or 5.0. And you use which one you want to use for all the network in your home. So you would have to keep it on the 2.4.
5 is faster, 2.4 goes farther. That's the basic difference.
I got two things on this one. This one's called the Blink Video Doorbell. It's sort of like if you ever use anybody knows if you have the Ring type option. It does not, there's a module that goes with it or it's sold separately, but I'll get to that one next. It'll answer your door no matter where you are from your smartphone. So there is an app that you would put on your smartphone or on your computer, depending on how you set this up. It's the Blink Doorbell is weather resistant with the seal that protects against water. And we recommend mounting it to your home with the included back plate that would go on where your normal doorbell would be. As I said, it answers your door no matter where you are from your smartphone. So you could be far away from your home and it'll alert you when somebody's ringing your doorbell, and you see them on your screen with works on 1080p. Yeah, it has when it does that, it uses infrared night video, but it also has two-way audio. So you should be able to see them and speak to them. Yeah,
Yeah, don't take that.
I like that.
They're not going to ring your doorbell to tell you they're taking the package.
Hello, I'm going to take your package. Thank you. Although I wish they would do that at my place because they keep delivering the packages to the wrong place, the wrong complex. You can also get alerts when motion is detected or someone presses the video doorbell. Now, what I was saying also is that this is sold separately. It's called a Blink Sync module. If you have more than one of these in your home. Where'd it go here? Yeah, it'll conveniently control all of your Blink devices right from the Blink Home Monitor app. So if you want that to do that, you have to have the second module here. Supports local video storage for up to 10 outdoor, indoor video doorbell and mini devices. So you can have many as you need in your home. It records and stores motion clips when you insert a USB flash drive. Up to 256 gigabytes, so that's a lot. Like I said, it's sold separately, and both of these go for $34.99 or $35 at Amazon. I don't know how many of you like drones. This is called the super enhanced foldable quadcopter drone for beginners. So for those that never used them before, this would be a good one to learn. It's a foldable drone with long flight time of 40+ minutes. And it has, with upgrade with 2 batteries, you can enjoy playing with the drone for 40+ minutes, foldable and flexible blades, make the drone small and portable. Weighs less than 250 grams. Not sure what that is in ounces or pounds, but excuse me.
Less than a pound.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. The drone, FPV drones with camera live video, 120-degree wide angle. And it looks like you can also hook this up to your phone. There's a control here used for controlling the phone going up, down, horizontal, vertical. It has the HD front camera and bottom optical flow camera are switchable, enabling you to have both wonderful real-time images from the sky and terrain situation under the aircraft.
What's that run?
These are $90 for the whole system.
After 40 minutes, should we charge it?
Yeah, you have to recharge the batteries. I think it's just super endurance foldable quadcopter drone. I would just say it's foldable quadcopter drone. Yeah, it looks like it's, if that's correct, one F-89. I'm not sure what that is.
And I apologize for not making a handout with the items and prices on it, but if you want to leave us your email address, I can send that to you. You can get the picture. We'll just do the slideshow with notes or something. You can see all that.
Next is, and this is from Apple, AirPods 2nd generation with its own charging case. They essentially made wireless earbuds, Apple's essentially made wireless earbuds mainstream thanks to a simple design, easy connectivity, great battery life, and a stellar case. So you'll put it in the case to charge. Automatically turns itself on, so you don't have to always turn something on your computer to get them to work. It also has quick access to Siri by saying, "Hey Siri." You can double tap to play or skip forward. Delivers fast wireless connection to your devices, and it does charge pretty quick. Yes. These are pretty much Bluetooth type earbuds. Cases can be charged using the Lightning connector, which is used to connect Apple mobile devices like iPhones, iPads, iPods to host computers, external monitors, cameras, USB drives.
What's that, Ron?
This is also $89.
Wow.
And this one is from Walmart. So I said some of them.
And they've seen
Keep going, Terry.
cases. There's like a whole bunch of different fancy wireless case, like the charging cases,
Mhm.
you know, design.
Yeah, I'm sure that's probably just the generic
It's
looking
the
one.
case, yeah. the charging ones.
Right.
It's-
Just skip that. Yeah, how many more do you have? It's okay. Just go to the next.
All right,
Smart light bulb.
smart light bulbs,
Those have been out for a while. They change colors.
you can use the app to change them. For those of you that like golfing, and familiar with the Garmin GPS and so forth, this is also, they came up with the stylish GPS watch, golf smartwatch. So it's got a lot, it stores a lot of different places to go play golf, gives you distances. Records detected shot distances. Putts are not tracked, unfortunately. And with that, you can also, for your golf clubs, you attach them, it'll tell you how far, whichever club you use, how far it goes. Wait, I said something else on that. Automatically track every stroke, including locations, distances, and club type. Now this is ones that are over 100. This goes for $245 for the because it's a set of 14. The watch goes for $215. These are Sony's noise cancellation headphones. So if you have some headphones, you can hear the sound bleeding off of it. Press a button on it and it'll cancel the noise.
How much are they?
These go for $348 at Amazon.
Huge range of prices for that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
Huge. Just skip that one.
Yeah, let's skip that one. It's just another drone for $599. My last one is Apple Watch Ultra. Yep. And this one goes for $799 from Amazon, or even probably from Apple too.
What is all that stuff? Temperature,
It has temperature,
UV index,
compass.
rode my bike for 2.3 miles.
And even if you detects what, like if in your car you have a crash, there's a crash detection on it. All right, well, that's my last one. I'm gonna now hand it over to Chris Kinley.
How much was that Apple Watch?
Oh, $779. Excuse me.
Okay, we're just about wrapping up here, so I'm gonna go through a few of some of the gifts that I came up with. The first one I have is a Bluetooth speaker beanie hat or knit hat. Unfortunately, I've seen that we're starting to get a little bit of snow, so this might come in handy when we're shoveling snow or snow blowing snow or doing anything pertaining to snow pretty much. So it allows you to stay warm during the winter months while you're listening to your favorite music, podcasts, audiobooks, anything of that nature. It has a 2-hour charge time with a battery life of 7 to 10 hours. And usually with along with this speaker head, with other Bluetooth devices, when the battery life is starting to get a little bit low, it'll emanate a noise or some kind of sound or a beep to let you know that it's time to charge your device. Cool thing about this speaker head is it has a 33-foot radius. So for example, if you are shoveling snow and you don't want to get your phone or device wet, you can leave it inside in the kitchen, in the living room, what have you, and still be connected to listening to your music, audiobook, or podcast. The price for this is $18.09. So it's pretty inexpensive gift to help keep you warm in the winter months.
My wife has one and it is launderable. So I don't know if it's the same brand.
The next gift we have here is a fishing light. I don't know if anybody here enjoys fishing either in the at night or in the winter. The fishing light, you can attach it to your rod and it attaches to the reel itself. The lights will alert you when there is a nibble, or if obviously if you're using a bobber, that'll tell you if something's on your hook. This will make night fishing more fun as it emanates a small bright light and a noise to let you know that it's time to start reeling your fish in. Hopefully, it's the clip. The rod makes it simple and easy to use. It is relatively inexpensive as well. It goes for $19.77. I found this on Amazon as well. The next gift we have here is a personalized docking station. It is compatible with all cell phones, iPhones, Androids. Any pretty, like I said, any kind of cell phone here. There are 8 different colors available, variations of like wood, oak, maybe like kind of like the color of the doors here, or that bookshelf there as well. As you can see, you can kind of put your watch, your keys, your wallet, you can charge your phone or your glasses as well. Customizable, neat, sleek looking, and a cool way to kind of keep all of your valuables together wherever you have that located in your home. As I said, it's kind of designed with organization in mind. So if hopefully you don't lose your keys or your watch or your glasses or your phone or anything. So organization in mind with this personalized docking station kind of helps alleviate some of those concerns. This personalized docking station I found on Amazon, and it goes for $29.94. This next one here is one of the really cool things that I found when doing research for this. It is called a Birdie Light. It is a personal safety device made by women for women. Hopefully, when I was researching this kind of gift, the first thing that came to my mind was hopefully this is a gift that you won't have to use ever, but as a fallback option, it is a attachable to your keychain or a lanyard of sorts. And like I said, hopefully you never have to be in the situation, but should the situation arise, you just press that little button right in the center there, and it emanates a bright light and a loud, annoying noise, let you know that there's a situation happening and help and assistance is needed. It's small, kind of sleek, as you can kind of see here. It's not too big, it's not too small. Like Terry said when he showed you the fob on his keychain, it's about that big too, so it doesn't cause a whole bunch of clutter, and it allows for easy access if you have to use it. It is designed with safety in mind, and it is for anybody who wants a little bit of a fallback option to feel safe as you're going about your day, especially at night as well. This goes for $29.95. The next gift idea we have here is the Xbox Series X. Now, the Xbox and the PlayStation are the two big brands and products that come to mind when we're talking about video game consoles and gaming systems itself. The big difference between the Xbox and the PlayStation, which makes the Xbox perhaps a better option, is that these are a lot more readily available. It's nearly impossible to find PlayStations. Xboxes, on the other hand, are you can buy them a lot easier. They're available at a lot more stores online. etc. The cool option about Xbox Series X is it is 4K gaming, so it has smooth frames and sharper image for improved graphics to enhance for a more better and cooler user experience. Is a lot different from the first video game, which I believe was Pong, and it's come a long way from Pong to 4K gaming with Xbox. Yes. If you want to play online and compete against somebody from a different country, a Microsoft account is necessary, but if you just want to just hop in the game and just play it against the computer, Microsoft account is not necessary.
Yes. To register for your Xbox account. Microsoft.
Yeah.
Do we at this library have the games to borrow?
Yes, we do. We have them up by the CDs and DVDs, kind of against that back window there. They're organized alphabetically by system.
So you can borrow the game, you don't have to like spend thousands of dollars.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a very good option.
Perfect for your $500,000 TV.
Or your Oculus. like-
Yeah.
As I said, this is the fastest and most powerful Xbox ever. The development and hardware allows reduced load times. So when you pop in a game or you start a game, it might take a little bit for the game to physically load. In the past, that wait time has been greatly reduced due to the updates in the hardware and the software in physically inside the console itself. And another cool option is smart delivery. If you buy a game, you can buy a game online, and then the most recent version will automatically get delivered to you. So recent versions may have updated features for the game itself that past versions may not. So that is what smart delivery allows you to do.
So that box is basically like a computer, right? And then you hook it up to your TV.
Mhm.
and your controller
Yes.
in place of like a keyboard.
Yes.
To pick on the screen.
Yeah, so you kind of play it. Kind of play it like this. You put it horizontally, and then as you can kind of see here, there's like little bumps in the buttons to allow for better grip. To play the game. Like for example, I play ice hockey video games. So if you want your player to do this, you hit that, tap that, and the grip allows it for easier and kind of quicker use to do.
So the game, some laptops, maybe desktop computers are kind of designed for gamers, but
Mhm.
that's not this kind of game, right?
No.
Those are online games that those laptops are designed to.
Yes, yeah, they make laptops that are a lot bigger, thicker, and heavier than like this one per se, that are meant for online gaming. This is yes. Past Xboxes were flat and horizontal. This is more vertical, so you can kind of arrange the setup to kind of suit your needs as well. And there is thousands of available titles to play. You can download them from the Xbox or Microsoft Store, or get a physical disc. There's two options for purchasing this. You can do it for $34.99 a month for 24 months for Xbox All Access, or you can buy it straight up for $547.98 from the Microsoft Store or Target, Best Buy, wherever you would buy video game consoles.
It's a huge difference in price.
The next one we're going to talk about is the iPhone 14 Pro. Now, the most recent, obviously this is the most recent iPhone that came out. It is available in 4 different colors: deep purple, just kind of a deep is a little bit deceiving. It's a bit of a lighter shade of like plum or purple, but you can still see hints and tones of purple. Gold, silver, and space black. Space black is just black. It's a way to dress the name up to look a little more appealing. They're very sturdy and durable. Dynamic Island. Now, Dynamic Island is the new Apple innovative feature that allows for alerts, updates, etc., to And so it doesn't interrupt while you're doing it. So if you're like I said, right here, if you're browsing your phone right here. Dynamic Island is this little horizontal bar that that can give you updates of any kind, of text message from your friend. Or if, like Terry said, the AirPods, if you have the AirPods plugged in, it'll show the battery, how much battery life is left, or it'll just say AirPods connected. So this way you can get updates, information without kind of getting interrupted with whatever you're working on currently. Exactly. Yeah. More as Apple does with all these updates, they're kind of sleek, innovative, pretty much whatever kind of adjective you want to use. And the crash detection is also another feature that you can have available. And the plethora of customization options, you can customize your background very quickly. You can customize how the time is displayed, whether it's 12-hour time or the military time, 24 hours. We could have we actually do have whole classes on Apple settings actually here that we can go into more, but the price for this is $41.62 a month for 24 months, or $999 before trade-in. So kind of almost like a pick your poison kind of thing if you want to get one. Yes. And these also work with like just normal chargers or cordless wireless chargers too. They're also compatible with those as well. The last gift we have here is the MacBook Pro. Now the MacBook Pro is really is cool, neat, because it's fast, much like the load times we talked about for the Xbox. It's very similar here. It has a 21-hour battery life, so it's very long to use. General rule of thumb is try not to have it plugged in while using it for so long, because that kind of doesn't damage the battery in a very bad way, but over time it'll erode it and cause for lesser battery performance. The camera and audio have been updated, so as you can kind of see in the first picture on the left there, the graphics in the screen make for a better user experience. And if you're listening to music, watching YouTube videos, or on a video chat, the audio is a lot clearer to allow for a better user experience. And all different ports on the sides of the computers are available. It has HDMI, USB drive, and a headphones jack as well. Kind of already talked about the graphics, and that the technical term for that is a liquid retina XDR display. Cooler graphics, looks better user experience. And there are 14-inch and 16-inch models available, so you can have a very large screen to display whatever you're working on and to better user experience. This price is $1,999. Yes.
So is it that particular battery, or batteries in general across all of our different kind of devices? I mean, are we better off like charging it and then run it down lower and then charging it again, or like every night, just overnight when you're sleeping, just stick it on a charger so that you wake up with 100%? Like how, like batteries these days, how best to use them to take care of them so that we don't degrade them by our
Yeah, I think the best advice is to always read the information about the particular thing. I've always heard that you should exercise your batteries. You know, in that case, like rechargeable batteries, you should use the battery, then charge it, use the battery, then charge it. But the technology changes so fast, I don't know exactly anymore what the best practice would be. So I would just read about it on my thing. Whatever the thing was, read about it.
like if you're using this every day, you don't have it hooked up to the charger if you're sitting there using it.
And if it does get down to like 10, well, like 10, 20, 15, 5%, it depends. Pop-up will show you have X amount of battery life or percentage left. Please, please plug in your computer to charge, or it's a good idea to charge it pretty much. If you're using it if it's plugged in and using it for like an hour or so, that's not a big deal. But if it's constantly plugged in and you're using it, that's when the battery life will start to erode.
And then the MacBooks, like when they kind of first came out, it just always impressed me that they were like more of a high-end computer for people that is that like graphic design.
Exactly.
Is that still the case? I mean, is that
Like,
like normal people, you don't need a $2,000 laptop, right?
not necessarily, like if you're doing like graphic design work or video editing,
That's-
MacBooks are definitely a good option, but if you're using it for general browsing or just general use, like a HP or any other brand would be a good option for you.
But it's also just like most of us don't need a Lamborghini. You know. Be nice.
You better to get the $500,000 TV then.
I think I'd drive my Toyota and get the $500,000.
So obviously, the best gift ever is spending time with your friends, family, and those you love. So of all the gifts that we talked about, this is probably the best one that you can offer other people.
True.
So thank you very much for attending and listening to our gift ideas. Our next event will be a documentary screening of The Social Dilemma on December 13th at 6:30 p.m. And we would appreciate your feedback. There's a QR code here to provide said feedback. And if you need help or assistance using it, the three of us will be glad to help you follow the QR code.
Do you have any, yeah, just leave that there. Do you have any questions or comments?
30 in December STEM meeting.
There is no STEAM presentation for December. In fact, I don't think we have any. We're taking that time to sort of retool and develop things for January through April, new things that we're doing. The inside view should come out, and we forgot to bring the current ones are almost done. But the inside view is going to the printer soon, and it should come out then before January to have all of our stuff listed in there. Mike, did you have a comment?
Yeah, I'm at the market for a new laptop, and I have some report from the library. They really only recommended one different price range. Is there another website where I can go and say, we tested these, this is what we like, this is what's good?
The other magazine, or like PC World.
Yeah. Or
Paid by the advertisers to promote.
yeah, it's you always have to wonder that. Tom's Guide was a website that a lot of people liked. My understanding is that sometimes Tom can have colorful language, so keep that in mind. And then, yeah, it's more difficult, not less, but Consumer Reports was still a good first stab at finding out what's good. I tell you, for myself, I try to think about what I need it to be able to do, and then start pricing out things and look for sales. It's especially helpful if you have a little bit of time to shop, because remember my saying is you're going to cry no matter what 2 months later because it's going to be a different price.
True.
2.5 years later, it's still working.
Yeah, Micro Center is the best big shop left.
Yeah, better than going to Best Buy or.
I went there, I bought parts for a build a computer. Right. That nice big tower, RGB lighting. Play all my first person games.
Elaine, could you hear us talking?
The
Sure,
prices-
very well.
Good, okay.
That's, yeah, I mean,
the prices are, I know you can wait for big sale, but Best Buy or Amazon.
I preferred going to Micro Center because it's, it's a very big place.
Right.
But they got a whole lot of things that you can choose. For whatever order you're looking for, go, but get your case, get your motherboard and so forth and build your own or have them build it for you. Depending what you want.
Is it the only one over in Mayfield Heights still, or is it, did they move it or something?
There's another one in Strongsville.
Really? A micro center?
Yeah.
Wow,
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Sure. Where at?
Probably near the South Park Mall.
Okay. Oh, a tech toy store.
But it's probably about the same size.
Oh my
So
God.
they have a lot more options than say Best Buy, because Best Buy at one point used to do that kind of thing, where you can order your computer, whether it be a regular laptop or like a Dell, or one where they can build one for you with the parts that you choose. Mine costs like about $2,300 after that.
That little note about micro center, that was worth the price of admission for me. I didn't know.
Hmm.
So, when you are working in the computer lab, that I pick your brain, like, how do you figure out what you want to put inside of the desktop tower that you want to build?
Well, for me, I just, I actually went online, pricing the parts that I needed, which in this case was from Micro Center. But before I did that, I kind of did a little checking of what parts I want to get.
You decide what parts you want to get.
It depends on what you want to use the computer for.
Hundreds of hours of watching videos and reading articles. I've seen Terry looking at people building computers for a long time.
Yeah. It's kind of- he's got to retire. That laptop he's supposed to see into, he's got to get that gap. And it's kind of like a super power user laptop, and if you want something similar after he retires, I'm thinking, great, let's spend a couple $1,000s on something we can play with, right?
It's really helpful. I went to reports and they tell you if you're a gamer, this is what you need, if you can photo editing, if not, if you could serve the web. And they went through all the things you want, whether you want solid state drive, how much memory you need. They were very good with that.
Yes.
And that's through the library for free. Sort of works through free, and they were very good at telling you how much you need of memory and everything else.
That's a great comment. Thank you.
And then I said, how much you want to spend? And they had one model they recommended. And then the numbers seem to change all the time. You go look at a particular number, that's why it's not there. So
And it could be a slightly different model. Remember, lots of stores do that. They have computers built for them. And it's a different model than if you go to that other box store.
10 years ago, I just trusted Micro Center and they gave me a great laptop. So we're-
I even saw a YouTube video guy building a $30,000 computer with all the bells and whistles.
You're gonna surf with that or what is it? $1,000 computer.
I don't know, but a lot of it was with the cooling, you can use water cooling.
Built-in dishwasher.
The digital.
It just matters what you want to use it for, what price you're willing to pay and so forth.
Well, our refrigerators have built-in, some of the refrigerators have built-in internet displays and tell you the weather and traffic. And
Okay,
It just seems like technology, the more bells and whistles, the more opportunities for breakdowns. And
that's true.
it
I like
does
to-
happen.
For the simpler, the better. I know my needs.
Mhm.
go with that.
For break-ins too, I wonder how much, we're compromising our security by having all kinds of, apps and stuff, like the vacuums that know the layout of your home and just another way for something to get into your network. And so that's I don't know about people who are paranoid or that's actually.
Uh,
be a concern.
Generally, that's a definite valid concern, and generally the kind of best rule of thumb I would say is, trust yourself, trust your gut. If something doesn't feel right, usually isn't. So anything anything you're using, make sure you're comfortable with, and then kind of go from there.
Read all the instructions.
Oh, I wasn't, because up there on the new belt.
Oh, yeah.
I never had.
Porch Pirates, yeah.
Yeah, so if you wanted to use your smartphone to do the QR code, you have to usually unlock your device first. And then when you point the camera at it, something will pop up either at the top or in mine, it does it right below the QR code. And then when I touch it, it just goes to that website. The name of the program today would be Holiday Tech. See, any of that would get us.
You had a program like this last month that I found out about after it was over. You did record it somewhere.
I don't know for sure, but I don't think so.
It was interesting.
So we are recording this, but I have no idea right now how or when that would be posted. So hopefully we can get that to the library's YouTube page soon. Is it working there?
Yeah.
If you don't have a smartphone to use, you can use either our public computer room, or you can use the library's website at your convenience. Here's the library's website. It's a little small because of the screen, but it's under services. And then maybe not, maybe it's under
No,
adults.
it wasn't there the last time I saw it.
I just saw it. There it is. Under adults, it says programming feedback survey. So that would take you to the same, yeah, so it takes you to that same survey.
You get 40 different people that, okay, not every time.
A lot of things have changed, and we are trying to work back to more regularly operated.
Every third Wednesday with it.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
The QR code? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, a lot of programming attendance is down building wide. It's not just technology programs. Yes. Yeah, it took 2 years to, get people used to different behaviors, and it may take a while to get them to return to what we hope would be more popular
Okay, there you go.
attendance. Yeah.
Wow.
New age. Well, and that's partly why we're using December also. So that will hopefully use the recording.